Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
That I will faithfully execute.
That I will faithfully execute.
The office of President of the United States.
The office of President of the United States.
And will, to the best of my ability.
And will, to the best of my ability.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
We are taking a live look now at President Trump back in his old stomping grounds, the Oval Office, inside the White House during a signing ceremony. Of course, he has said, at least his advisors have indicated, that he may sign as many as 200 executive orders.
The president, in his first week in office, is already enforcing an immigration crackdown that has instilled fear in some major cities. We have already seen a series of raids, and U.S. troops just arrived at the border this week. NBC's Priya Sridhar is there near the Texas-Mexico border with the very latest. Priya, good morning.
Good morning, Peter. That's right. The Pentagon has already begun deploying 1,500 active duty troops. That's 500 Marines and 1,000 soldiers to join the 2,500 National Guardsmen and Reserve forces who are already deployed along the border. The troops are going to be assisting in the construction of both permanent and temporary physical barriers to stop illegal crossings. There are also plans to use intelligence analysts to help with the monitoring and detection of migrants. Military aircraft are being used to assist the Department of Homeland Security in deportation flights of more than 5,000 detainees from both here in El Paso and also in San Diego.
Right, thanks, Gwen. It's been less than a week since President Trump took office, but some of his immigration plans already taking root across the country. Fox News correspondent Madeline Rivera has the latest on the president's deportation plans.
Migrant deportation flights are underway. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt posting these photos of migrants boarding planes, writing in part, quote, "The administration deported hundreds of illegal immigrant criminals via military aircraft. According to Border Patrol sources, each plane carries 80 people. This first flight took off from Biggs Army Airfield in El Paso, Texas, headed for Guatemala."
This is an executive order. Sorry, sir.
I'm fine with legal immigration. I like it. We need people, and I'm absolutely fine with it. We want to have it. We need it because we're going to have a lot of companies coming in to avoid tariffs. You know, if you don't want tariffs, all you have to do is build your plant in the U.S. So we're going to have a lot of workers coming in, but we have to have legal immigration.
Meanwhile, federal law enforcement and ICE agents have arrested hundreds of undocumented migrants wanted for outstanding crimes in sanctuary cities, including several in New Jersey and New York. Eyewitness News reporter Marcus Solis is live outside of the Roosevelt Hotel in Midtown with the latest. Marcus, good morning.
Good morning, Shantae. And those ICE raids this week have given rise to real fears amongst migrants, even those who have been granted asylum status, who are worried that they will be rounded up and deported as well. So far, the Trump administration says 593 arrests have been carried out.
Federal agents launched raids in one of the first visible signs of President Trump's mass deportation plan coming together. Raids targeted violent individuals in Boston earlier today. It's what's known as a worst first approach, first prioritizing the arrests of gang members and murder suspects. The Trump administration says it arrested 538 illegal immigrants today in what it says is the beginning of the largest deportation operation in history.
Good evening. We're coming on the air with more breaking news on this historic day. On the evening of his inauguration, President Donald Trump not wasting any time getting down to business. He has just returned to the White House and is signing a series of executive actions in the Oval Office, where he is pardoning some 1,500 January 6 rioters who have been convicted for participating in the attack on the Capitol 4 years ago.
First, we have a list of pardons and commutations relating to events that occurred on January 6, 2021.
Okay, and how many people is this?
I think this order will apply to approximately 1,500 people, sir.
So this is January 6th. These are the hostages. Approximately 1,500 for a pardon.
Yes.
Full pardon.
Trump busted us out of jail last night.
Right.
In the most gangster way ever.
In the middle of the night.
You know what I'm saying? That's gangster, dude. You know the meme that where the glasses come down?
Right.
That's epic level.
Well, President-elect Donald Trump's nominee for Attorney General, at least for a few more days, has promised to make every effort to investigate and find the 300,000 missing children who have entered the country illegally coming across our southern border.
The wave that Tom Homan, the borders are for Trump has told me about, and all of this will focus on those missing children, hundreds of thousands of them that we know. And that number has started to already come down, Emily, from 300,000. So they've found about 75 to 80,000 of those kids already. If they can get the list of these guys, 4 full days in office for Trump, if they can get the list of where some of those kids have been, and they've been identifying it, you know, since the election, going after them and trying to find those little ones, what in the world was Biden's administration doing? What was Secretary of Homeland Mayorkas doing when he said to the committees on Capitol Hill, we don't know where those kids are, I'll look into it? No, dude, you obviously had a better way to find them, and you didn't do your job. I can't believe...
We're talking about the federal workforce and more of these Trump priorities. We are getting some breaking news here. I want to put the White House shot back up. This is being confirmed by Fox News Digital. That a memo was sent to the heads and acting heads of departments and agencies this evening, that all DEI offices will begin closing by 5 p.m. tomorrow. So, yet another campaign promise you heard many times on the campaign trail from now President Trump, making good on it on the second day of his administration, ordering that all DEI offices within the federal government to begin closing by 5 p.m.
Executive orders, they were very important in just about every case. And it will go through the first one, please.
Do you want to? Yeah, Mr. President, this is an executive order on crypto. We're going to be, oh, sorry, we're doing AI first. Sorry, Mr. President, this is an executive order on AI. We're basically announcing the administration's policy to make America the world capital in artificial intelligence and to dominate and to lead the world in AI.
Do you want to say your name, your full name?
David
and
Sachs,
serial?
AI and Crypto Czar.
David is one of the greatest in the world at AI. Most respected probably there is. So that should take us to the forefront, right?
Absolutely. We got to win.
Okay. Thank you. And this, David, is?
Yeah, this is the crypto EO. We're going to be forming an internal working group to make to make America the world capital in crypto under your leadership.
Which is really going up, right?
Absolutely.
All right, David, that's for you. Thanks. You find them exciting? They might not be exciting, but we're going to make a lot of money for the country.
This is an executive order establishing a presidential commission, an advisory commission on science and technology.
Good.
Next, we have a set of pardons for peaceful pro-life protesters who were prosecuted by the Biden administration for exercising their First Amendment rights.
Do you know how many?
I believe it's 23, sir.
23 people were prosecuted. They should not have been prosecuted. Many of them are elderly people. They should not have been prosecuted. This is a great honor to sign this. They'll be very happy. So they're all in prison now?
Some are out of custody.
It's ridiculous. Okay?
Lastly, sir, we have an executive order ordering the declassification of files relating to the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy Senator Robert F. Kennedy and the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
That's a big one, huh? A lot of people are waiting for this for years, for decades. And everything will be revealed.
Fox News alert. President Trump just signed an executive order declassifying and releasing all files related to the JFK, RFK, and MLK assassinations. The order instructs the Director of National Intelligence and the Attorney General to come up with a plan within 15 days for the full and complete release of the JFK files, and 45 days for the release of the RFK and MLK archives. These are tens of thousands of documents that have never been seen before.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Thank you very much, Klaus, and hello to everyone in beautiful Davos. This has been a truly historic week in the United States. 3 days ago, I took the oath of office, and we began the golden age of America. I terminated the ridiculous and incredibly wasteful Green New Deal. I call it the Green New Scam. Withdrew from the one-sided Paris Climate Accord and ended the insane and costly electric vehicle mandate. We're going to let people buy the car they want to buy.
This next order relates to the definition of birthright citizenship under the 14th Amendment of the United States.
Good. That's a good one. Birthright. That's a big one.
What about that one in the course? That one is likely to be challenged.
Could be. We think we have good grounds, but you could be right. I mean, you'll find out. And as of today, TikTok is back.
President-elect Trump with a blunt warning for Hamas. Matt Gutman with that from Israel.
Tonight, President-elect Trump with a blunt new warning to Hamas, demanding they free the hostages before he takes office in January, or there will be, quote, all hell to pay in the Middle East.
Now I'm here in a position where we can do something.
In his first official visit since returning to the White House, President Trump and the First Lady arrived in Asheville, vowing to help Hurricane Helene victims as FEMA's future hangs in the balance under this new administration.
FEMA just hasn't done the job, and we're looking at the whole concept of FEMA. I like, frankly, the concept when North Carolina gets hit, the governor takes care of it.
To help thousands of displaced people here in the mountains continues to be a focus in the early days of the Trump White House. Congressman Chuck Edwards, alongside the president, arriving home to the mountains aboard Air Force One.
FEMA has to either be eliminated or overhauled. It's clearly a broken bureaucratic system.
Edwards going on to say President Trump is looking to push federal money into western North Carolina with the stroke of a pen.
Fantastic. So 2.5 weeks ago, over 100-mile-an-hour winds transformed the Palisades fire and other areas too into absolute infernos of death and destruction. And this is already the most expensive natural disaster, they say, in American history. That's pretty amazing for numbers. Things like this. I also had the concept of getting some of the best developers in the country. I've had so many calls from developers, and they want to come in. They don't want anything. They just want to come in and help, and they really know how to get things done.
At any point, did you doubt you would be back here?
So it's a great question. It's something I don't think about. I never really thought about it. I don't think about, gee, will I be back? I just do it. I get it done. I get things done. I'm good at getting things done.